Hey there YouTube, it's Jeff Perry with Must Be Nice Investments, and today we're kicking off a series on everything LLC as it relates to your real estate business. But before we get started today, if you like this video at the end, hit a like there. Right now, hit a subscribe if you love the channel, and we'll get started. So first things first, I'm not an attorney. I don't pretend to be an attorney. I don't know everything for sure. So definitely when you're talking about doing an LLC, all things related to this video and all those in this series, consult an attorney. I'm giving you good ideas to think about it before you even think about if you have to go to an attorney or if you even want to do this. So what is an LLC? Basically, LLC stands for a limited liability company. It's a business structure, basically. You can create an LLC by yourself. You can do it with a partner. You can do it a group. I'm in several groups of LLCs that have literally 100 people as members or owners. And if you own an LLC, you are a member in the LLC. So LLCs are regulated at the state level. So the process of creating an LLC will differ state to state to state, okay? In Texas, it's pretty easy. It's a couple-week process. You need an attorney in most cases. If you can do it yourself, you can, but we're looking at about $1,000. But I got another video on how much this will cost you. So the benefits of creating an LLC for your rental property. And I've got another video on pros and cons, a little bit different from what the benefits are, but there are basically 4 benefits that you need to know about is why you would create an LLC. So number one, the main reason you create one in the first place is to limit your personal liability. If you own a property as an individual and someone files a lawsuit against you, that everything you own, all your personal assets are at risk, your 401k, your vehicle, your personal residence, etc. And the LLC protects you on all those other pieces. So let's just say we had a rental property on 111 Fry Street, okay? So that property would be in the LLC. If you had someone break their neck because you did not fix the stairs or something like that, they're gonna come after you. If that property's in an LLC, they're gonna sue you for the assets that are in the LLC. In that case, it would be just that one house, okay? So if you had money in that house, they could come after that, etc. But they couldn't come after your other house next door, or the other house across town, or the house you live in, or that stack of cash you got in the basement, whatever it might be. This will protect you, and that is the main benefit of an LLC, is to limit your personal liability. Okay, number 2, the second benefit of having an LLC is to keep your rental properties separate from each other. So one, you definitely want to separate your rental properties from your personal assets, but you should also separate each rental property from each other. If you own multiple properties, you can insulate each property with its own LLC. A lot of people do what's called like an umbrella LLC. I'm not sure if that's a technical term, but they'll do an LLC, and underneath that, they'll have a series. So in this case, let's say you had, like I have an LLC called MBN Investments, right? In that LLC, I may have a property at 111 Fry, and that is going to be called Series 111 Fry. And then I may have one at 112 Fry. So that would be Series 112 Fry. And each one of those is its own entity underneath the umbrella. And you don't have to do it that way. You can set up a separate one each time. The reason I did it is to save money on filing fees, costs, etc. Because now I've got a series inside of this LLC. I don't have to go to an attorney every time I want to set it up. I don't have to pay an extra filing fee every time I want to set it up. But talk to your attorney about if that's something that works for you. If you have all your properties under separate LLCs, that if someone files a lawsuit again against you, it's just for that one series, or if you have all of them in one LLC, sorry. If you have everything in one LLC and you get sued, guess what? They're going to come after everything you own. So either you have multiple LLCs or you set up a series like what I was talking about. Talk to your attorney about what works best for you in your situation if you have more than one property. So the number 3 benefit is your pass-through taxation. This is a benefit of individually owned businesses, okay? So normally a corporation is taxed directly on the profits, and owners are taxed again when they make income in their business. So with an LLC, you get the benefit of what's called pass-through taxation to you as the business owner. Essentially, all income created or made by your LLC, your rental property, so to speak, will flow to an individual tax return, okay? This minimizes the amount of money taken out of your income for taxes. Okay, the 4th benefit is you can easily separate your business from your personal expenses. And again, you can do this with just bank accounts, etc. But for sure, when you create an LLC, you should also create a separate bank account for your LLC. You're going to get a tax ID number. And I'm not even going to get into this, but once you have an LLC, now you have to define what kind of LLC it is. You know, a lot of times people will do what's called a S Corp, which is basically a non-disregarded entity, which creates that's what creates the tax pass-through. You're going to get an EIN number from the IRS. You're going to take that, create your bank account with that EIN number instead of your social security number, etc. But this is an easy way to separate your personal finances from your business expenses. And I'll tell you what, your accountant will be appreciative. If you do your own taxes, you should be as well. It just makes things a lot easier. And the biggest reason why you want to do this is it makes it way easier to claim business expenses. You know, you got your receipts and everything else, but when it comes time to do your taxes, or even worse, if you have an audit, you've got a paper trail on a bank account that's just related to this property or this business. Way easier to deal with that, guys. And you may not have to hoard as many receipts, etc., because you can justify it as a business expense coming out of this business account. It just makes life a lot easier. So that's the fourth benefit of owning LLC. Guys, join me in this series. We're going to be talking a lot about LLCs and the pros and cons of them, the cost of them, etc. So if you like the video, hit subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.